Welcome to Boot2boom Now, the #1 live streaming show, the #1 live streaming entrepreneur show, taking you from bootstrap to booming. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern to get your PayPal popping, your business booming, and your life and your relationships to explode. Boom! Welcome to Boot2boom Now, the #1 live streaming show, the #1 live streaming entrepreneur show, taking you from bootstrap to booming. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Hey everybody, welcome to Boot2boom, the #1 live streaming show taking entrepreneurs from bootstrap to booming. I'm your host, Avalaura, and this is my amazing co-host, Jessica, and we're here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern to get your PayPal popping, your business booming, and your life and your relationships to explode. So we have, we got the faces back, y'all. We got the faces back. She came back for us tonight. Woo! Jessica is back, y'all. She's back. I've been missing that. Okay. So we have another powerhouse.
I know you're always ready to say explode and then expect me to explode, but sometimes I don't feel like combustion. I don't feel like exploding all over everyone here.
All right. So y'all need to tell Jessica, right, that entrepreneurs, it ain't about what you care or want to do. It's about what your audience needs you to do. Okay, so would y'all kindly tell her that in the chat? You know, so she knows that she
comment. I'm gonna need a Facebook message. Somebody needs to tell me something.
Yeah, tell her, please.
So if you guys tell me
in the chat, let Jessica know we want to explode each and every week. It ain't about her. It's about y'all. So if y'all want to explode, let her know in the chat that she needs to explode every week. All right?
I get the people what they want. Definitely. I get the people what they want.
That's it. And that's what we're all about here each and every week at 9 p.m. Eastern. And like I was saying, we have an amazing guest tonight. So I'm not going to hold you all up too long, not too long with the intro, but you know, we gotta tell you all the good stuff that we have going on. So as I said, we are in the chat. We're monitoring it. Say hello. Say what's up. Comments, questions for our guests, questions for us. Whatever you want to know, put it in the chat. We want to hear from you. Go ahead and share this out. You just go to that little button below that says share. You get that link. Post it up on Facebook, post it up on Twitter. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page so you'll get updates. So, you know, y'all forget it's 9 o'clock. I know entrepreneurs, we're busy. We got a lot going on. We're multitasking. You probably forget. But if you go ahead and subscribe, you will get that nice little notification on your phone, on your desktop that says, hey, Boot2boom is on. So you want to go ahead and hit that button, and you want to make sure you're here every week at 9 p.m. Eastern. See, now she's doing too much. Like, we didn't ask for all that. I just asked for the explode. What's all that other stuff? Anyway, back to what I was saying. Okay, so if you have not snagged your PNC tickets yet, you want to go ahead and do that. Power Networking Conference 2017. Boot2boom will be in the house. We are there in July at the National Gaylord in Maryland, July 6th to the 8th. I will be there. Jessica's coming all the way from California. We want you to be there too. So we got your discounted tickets for our Boot2boom family just for you all. Go ahead and email us at boot2boom@gmail.com, and we will gift you with tickets for only $3.99 instead of the $8.99 that they're charging. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but we all want to save some money, right? So we're saving you $500. So go ahead and snag your tickets. July is quickly approaching. When I call, hotel rooms are quickly depleting. So you want to go ahead now and make your plans to see you there. And we have something special for our Boot2boom family. So go ahead and get those tickets, boot2boom@gmail.com. You're also going to see in the chat the resource list. Go ahead and take a look at that. See what resources you need for your business. We talk about a lot on this show, but we can't cover everything. For the things that we can't cover, they're on our resource list. So you want to go ahead and check that out, download it, look at it each and every week. We do update it. I said I was going to do something last week and I didn't. But if you were listening and you're listening now, women entrepreneurs, I have like this amazing virtual assistant program that is only $100 a month. Just for women entrepreneurs. I'm supposed to add it to the resources. I did not do that. See, I need my own assistant. But if you email us at boot2boom@gmail.com, I will go ahead and give you that information. Yeah, I need to drink my own Kool-Aid right now. All right. So go ahead and get that. Get the resource list. And let's see. I think that's it, right? I'll hand it over to Jessica and we'll get started with this popping topic.
Definitely. So our popping topic today is Avalaura needs an assistant because she needs to put stuff in the document when she says she's supposed to. So if you know of any virtual assistants that can help Avalaura for a low and reduced price, please contact Boot2boom@gmail.com. All right. So with that being said, now that we've gotten all that good stuff out of the way, our popping topic today is entrepreneurship, as it is every week. No, I'm just kidding. Today we have a sales guru who's going to be on the show, and she's talking about how to, what were we talking about, Avalaura? We were talking about, a negotiation.
Jessica needs a memory.
Negotiations, all right? She's called the negotiate, what is it? Negotiation, well, I wrote it down. The whisperer, thank you. CEO whisperer for a reason, because she's whispering to me right now. You guys can't see her, but she's doing it right now. And I'm like, thank you so much. I needed that.
That's how you know people practice what they preach. They do it behind the scenes.
Exactly. We're just going to have to send her a Boot2boom permanent link and just have her in the corner just so she can whisper to us and keep us on track. So with that being said, we're talking a lot about negotiations. Do you need help with negotiation in your business? Are you having sales problems? Or what problems are you having? When we're in entrepreneurship, it's really easy for us to get out there and just push. I was talking to Avalaura and Leon the other day on our team call about, sometimes you just have a wall, you have a block there, and you're moving and you're doing things, but you just can't seem to get over it, around it, and you can't certainly go through it. So you just need to know some different tactics, what you need to do, and have someone kind of look in from the outside and go, okay, this is how you break through that wall. And we definitely want to help you do so. So with that in mind, we do have a clarification session available for you. So if you'd like more information about that, just go ahead and email us and say, help me get through the wall. Help me. Email us with that tagline, with the subject line of help me, boot2boom@gmail.com. So with that all being said, because I want her to come on, our guest to come on, because she's already helped me so much. And so Avalaura need an assistant. I need somebody to help me with memory. If you guys know any fortune tellers or something that can kind of help me with that and see forward to what I'm going to do on the show, that will help a lot. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move into our sponsor for the day. So today's sponsor is Avalaura's Head Wraps. So Head Wraps by Avalaura, crown by Avalaura. So queens, wear crowns. Get your regal, sophisticated, luxurious head wrap from Avalaura. And you can get your head wrap by going to Avalaura. Your website again is?
crownbyavalaura.com. And Mother's Day is coming. Get your mama a wrap. Get your sister a wrap. Get yourself a wrap.
Oh, see? Avalaura trying to take my flows. Get your mama a wrap. Get your sister a wrap. Get your brother a wrap. Wrap. Ooh, ooh. So you guys know I love
this. See? So it's all good.
Then we work in a team. We work in a team collaborative together. That's what we do. All right. So let's go ahead and bring up our guest, Avalaura. If you could please introduce her.
Well, first, we got to introduce ourselves. I mean, who are you and who am I? So let me introduce my amazing co-host. She's so humble. She was like, I don't need no introduction. We just gonna go right to our guest, but I'm gonna introduce her. Jessica is an experienced online business consultant that has over a decade in helping SME business owners throughout the digital media sector. Throughout her 25 years of practice, she has worked with well-known Wall Street and Fortune 500 companies, television celebrities, healthcare providers, leading public figures, and community leaders. Jessica, aka Jaw, aka Jessica Advocated Wellness, aka Face. She got a lot of names, Jaw. She believes that everyone has a purpose, and God put her here to help you, and you are here to help somebody too. And she is all about helping you to show up and show out within the digital media space. So if you want to start an amazing show like Boot2boom, or if you want to start a poppin' podcast, holla at your girl Jessica. Go ahead and contact her at bit.ly/talk2jaw.
Thank you so much, Avalaura. I appreciate that. And so now I get to introduce you to my amazing co-host and the founder of Boot2boom, Avalaura. Avalaura is an internationally celebrated intuitive consultant and life coach who takes her clients from whole to wholeness in their life, relationships, and business. She guides you through a powerful healing process that helps you discover who you are, who you wish to be, and how to get there. If now is the time for you to live a freedom-focused life, detox yourself of limiting beliefs that no longer serve you, and create an unrecognizable reality, then Avalaura is the guide you've been waiting for. Get your consultation today. Email avalaura@avalaura.com. Now that I remember. Avalaura@avalaura.com, I remember. All right, and while you're at it, go ahead and grab your wrap. And she also does wraps and teas as well, right? Do you have any more teas scheduled with us?
No.
Okay.
That would be a no.
If you'd like to do a thing, then you might want to go ahead and email avalaura@avalaura.com. But
if you follow me on social media, you will, of course, know that, because I make sure y'all are always in the loop, even in Boot2boom.
Even if she don't get the doc, but that's okay. She keep it on the Facebook page. So if you're in the Facebook group, then you are in the know. So definitely, absolutely. If you haven't already, please join our Facebook group. Just go ahead and search Boot2boom on Facebook, and you can join us inside of our Facebook group, and we'll update you on all the wonderful guests that we have coming up. Our PNC excursion, because PNC is going to be off the chain, because I'm going to be there. So you know it's about to be straight. We about to bring Tupac back up in that joint. So with that being said, they don't know what's about to hit them.
Tupac in the PNC. Nobody wanted to see Tupac.
I do.
But Jessica.
So, I'm going to have him all over my shirt, He's going to be doing systems and analyzing data all over my shirt.
What kind of business conference has Tupac?
It's going to be Tupac codes. He just didn't know he was coding. That's all. All right. So if you could introduce our wonderful guests now.
I'm really excited about this show. Like we said, we have the CEO whisperer, we have the negotiating queen, we have the powerhouse performer. She got a bunch of names too. I'm just giving her names, y'all, but she's worthy of them all. So What can a homeless teenager turned founder COO of a $250 million tech consultancy, yes, $250 million tech consultancy, tell you about business growth? I'm going to say just a little bit. Just a little bit. Dawnna St. Louis is a 5-time author and founder, CEO of eSuite Network, a business consultancy dedicated to their clients' exponential business growth that dominates the market and crushes the competition. Please join us in welcoming Dawnna St. Louis. Woo! Yes!
I had to get my dance on. I mean, really. If Jessica can do the faces, I think I should be able to do the dancing.
Definitely.
Dance on. Dawnna dances. Jessica faces, Dawnna dances, and Avalaura raps. Hey. Okay.
Hey.
How are you doing tonight, Dawnna?
I am so very good. I mean, first of all, it's nice to know that there are 2 other women out there that have the same brand of unmedicated crazy that I do. That's what I'm talking about. You don't find people like that. They have that level of unmedicated crazy. Obviously, y'all got it.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
They say law of attraction, like attracts like.
Absolutely.
Here you go.
Boom, boom, boom.
Awesome. So, hopefully, this is gonna be a high energy show, y'all. So y'all just gotta join in. It's 9 o'clock at night, so you just lift yourself up and join in the crazy, the unmedicated
Actually,
crazy.
Ava,
I love it.
it's 6 p.m. here. 6.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, 9.
Like why do we like everything should just be based on East Coast time? Everybody else is doing
right. I don't exactly.
Yep.
I mean,
You know what? Let me just say, while we're on that topic, it's really hard to do business with people on the East Coast time when you are on Pacific Standard. It is, oh my gosh, you guys are up, 3 hours before? Yeah. So anyway,
I know people in London and they're 5 hours ahead of me, but you know what? They don't call me before I wake up.
There we go. Oh my goodness.
So back to Dawnna. Our guest. So, Dawnna, first we always like to know who we're talking to. I talked just a little tiny bit in your introduction, but tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and how you became an entrepreneur.
So the first thing that people usually don't know about me that I'll share with you is that I'm actually a deep geek. I write in probably about 4 or 5 different programming languages. I'm certified in tons of stuff, as well as being a 6 Sigma black belt as well, and a certified project management professional. I am a nerd. But I put my pocket protector away. I take the tape off my glasses periodically and I go out with everybody else. And the way I really got started in entrepreneurship was, I was working with my business partner, who wasn't my business partner at the time, but he was in a master's class. By virtue of him being in a master's class meant I had homework to do because I did all his homework, all of it. He could not put a sentence. Oh my God, he couldn't write a sentence. So I wrote all his papers and everything. Anyway, he wanted to do this little thesis on, he believed that every business had the same seed, basically the same DNA. Okay. Truly a nerd. So because we thought every business had the same seed, we had to go and find it. His professor wouldn't actually accept his thesis until we proved it. Now, usually it doesn't go like that. Usually you do your thesis, then you work towards proving it. No, he wouldn't even accept it. So in order to get this proven enough so that we could present it, well, I say we, like I was in school, he to present it, we had to go out to companies. And we were supposed to go and interview these executives. And I said, I am not going to meet executives of these big companies as a student. I'm grown. If we go in there, we're going as a business and we'll see what we can do. And if we're accepted, then we know it worked. And if we're not accepted, then it didn't. Well, we had to get 5 companies to at least sign that say they didn't hire us for cause meaning that it was just too expensive. 4 companies did not hire us for cause, which was fine. We only needed 1 more company. That last company was Citrix Systems, and they signed a contract for $4 million.
Wait,
Yeah.
y'all weren't even a real company, and y'all got a $4 million contract? Okay, I
mean, we kind of had a real company because we put all the things in place in order to present and to bid on these RFPs. So we had put everything in place that we were supposed to have in place because that's cheap. In Florida, is really cheap, right? So it didn't cost us anything, not even $300. But then it was the next part. We're going out and doing these presentations, and we had something new in business intelligence that no one had at the time. So we had this differentiator. And honestly, one of the reasons that we got Citrix was because, and a lot of people need to know this, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to work with these big companies are given things like land in order to build their building on. They're given these huge tax breaks. Well, in return, they have to agree to do a certain amount of business with small businesses in the area. Well, Citrix is in Fort Lauderdale. And so when we went to Citrix and we're a small business and we didn't have any other contracts, but we had experience, they're like, sure, we'll throw $4 million at you. And we're like, okay, do we actually have to deliver now? So, so that's the one thing I tell entrepreneurs all the time. Go to those big companies that are from your area, that are in your area, and try to get contracts with those big companies because they are required to do a certain amount of business with small businesses in the area. They're set aside to do that. They have to.
Wow.
I'm about to hit up Apple right now. Boom, boom.
You'd be surprised. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how many entrepreneurs miss the opportunity to do two things. So the first thing I would tell you is, as an entrepreneur, you need to make sure that you are with, especially if you're an African-American entrepreneur, you need to be with a Black-owned bank. And there are Black-owned banks out there that will do business with you, and they are required to do a certain amount of business with you, as well as companies that are founded in your area are required to do a certain amount of they have business set aside for small businesses. And beyond that, the next step, make sure you go to fedbizops.gov because they got a lot of small business set aside for smaller businesses. Lots of opportunities.
Wow.
And that website again is?
It's I think if I remember right, it's fedbizops, fedbizops.gov.
Oh, gov. Awesome, awesome.
There's
you got any more?
You
got anything else you're gonna?
She's like, while you at it.
You would be surprised. So wait. Here. If you're going to do business with the government, right? And let's say you just want to do what I call micro business. If it's for $5,000 or less, you don't have to bid on it. If it's more than $5,000, it requires a bid in one fiscal year. Their fiscal year, by the way, ends September 31st. So if you really want to get a whole bunch of money from the government, from July to September, they spend like crazy because they're trying to get rid of all that money in their reserves. And they will do a bunch of business with you. I mean, and they'll do a lot of micro projects. But you know what? $5,000 micro project might only be 40 hours. Just saying.
Yeah.
No.
I like it.
Wow. So I love that story. So it started out with you actually really helping a friend, and you were like, nah, I'm not going to pretend and be a student. I got to do the real thing. Like, I got to go hard to go home. So, I love that. So had you had any business experience before then?
Well, we were both consultants. And I got to tell you, one of the best things that I did in my career is, so I did work for the government for a while, but one of the best things that I did in my career was actually become a consultant that went and worked on different projects for different businesses and different industries, because it gave me such a vast view of what was out there. And it also showed me that most businesses had the same exact problems. Like every business you talk to, they're like, oh, our business is different. There's no other business like this. You go, child, please, y'all have the same issue everybody else is. Whatever.
So I mean, let's talk about that. So what are the problems that you notice that all businesses have?
Oh my gosh. Number one, you'll be surprised. Now, especially if you're in the tech space, you'll be surprised that so many of these businesses are sitting there with, and I'll use databases or data or technology. Like, they have stuff in Excel and Access.
Yeah.
Like, for real, Excel and Access. like they're major. Look, Jessica laughing because she knows it's the truth. You sitting there going, so y'all running y'all whole business on Excel? For real, for real?
I really did the other day. Yes. I'm like, are you kidding me? Did he just pull up an Excel spreadsheet?
If you want to just help companies be more efficient, you would be surprised at how many of them have stuff just in Excel and Access, and they think this is the real. They have no idea how to use their CRM at all. At all.
Oh, we definitely talking after this, girl.
Oh my God. Customer service.
I use a CRM. Like, come on.
And they think they need the most expensive CRM, but they struggle with getting adoption and people to use it. And then customer service. They have no idea how to do customer service. Now, if you want to really make money working with businesses, go and become a certified project management professional, because this is so important. This is where companies spend their money. There is a guy that has a C in front of his title, CE, CF, C something. If not that, it's a VP. And he is what they call the project stakeholder, which means if this project goes to hell, he loses his job, and so do a whole bunch of other people. But the company has made a commitment to invest tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and sometimes millions of dollars into a project. And they expect a return on that investment. But most people have no idea how to go from idea to implementation. And if all you did was go and consult and say, I'm going to show you how to get this from idea to implementation, oh, please go learn how to go and take a project that's like just crap, just like it's in the toilet and they ready to flush, like it is gone. Learn how to take that project from hell to high water, and all of us, they will pay you tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. Because what you're doing is you're saving their behind.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where you make money.
Yeah, that's wow. That's a good point. I actually never thought about that. Basically, a professional problem solver.
That is exactly what I was.
Which is pretty much what I do already. Exactly. I was just about to say, Ava, I think
the biggest challenge that I think that, you know, businesses, like I said, when you're talking about projects and they're investing in projects and that type of thing, there are places that they invest. They invest in projects, so they invest in those projects not losing money. So wait until the project is gone to hell, and then they'll pay you extra. The other place where they invest money is in sales and leadership training. If you know how to teach someone to sell better, or you know how to make someone a better leader, they will pay you to do that. And the last place is customer service. If you can help them keep the customers they have, and what they're really concerned is with repeat business, if you have any expertise at all in regards to repeat business, they will pay you exponentially for that.
Wow, I feel like we're getting a snapshot. You know, you're like small business whispering right now. So we're getting a snapshot into how.
Wow, listen.
Right.
Okay, so let's back to the interview.
I'm sorry. I was going to say small businesses, their challenge.
Break us up.
Margin
See what she does?
That's how I roll. My bad.
I'm gonna call you Curly Millions. Curly Millions is trying to get us. She's trying to control the interview. We gotta get her.
Listen, I can just sit back and just listen, so I'm good. Control away. Right, see? And I forgot to tell y'all to get your pen and pads, but you should have questions. So no, you should know that already, but I did forget to mention that. So if you haven't already, yes, I can't even speak. Gem dropper right here. Go ahead and get that pen and pad out right now and make sure you catch it. And of course, lucky you get to watch this on the replay as well. So back to, we done covered so much already. I'm like, wait, what were my questions? Good gracious. So you already had some business experience. So you pretty much, you kind of knew what to do. So how did you learn all the things that you're telling us right now? How did you get that information?
So first thing is that I had a fantastic mentor. And let me be so clear about mentorship. So my mentor was a man, and I'll be honest, it's really hard for women to get good male mentors because people are always worried about, you know, Fox News crap happening, right? So they're always like impropriety or, you know, somebody's going to say something or whatever. First of all, I'm going to tell you this. If you're a woman, especially, not that I know everybody on here is a woman, but if you're a woman and you want to have a great mentor, get some really, really, really thick skin. Because everybody's going to say everything that's going on that's not happening. That's number one. Number two, go and find yourself a mentor that is in a position of power. I had a fantastic mentor, and I am not kidding you. He could pick up the phone and call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. He was so detailed oriented. He started making me think differently. And he was really invested in my success. And having a mentor like that, by the way, he did want something in return, right? So I had a way of delivering presentations. I had a way of doing sales. So I could teach him things too. But from a business perspective, I learned how to shut my mouth, take lots of notes. And if you want to make your mentor happy and continue to give to you, go and implement the last thing they told you to do.
Yep. I love it. I love it. So how did you, I mean, we talk about that a lot on Boot2boom. How did you get your mentor?
I asked him to be a mentor.
Ask and you shall receive.
Oh yeah. And I was so clear. I was like, listen, this is what I don't know. And I said, and some things I'm sure that I don't know that I don't even know I don't know. Right. But seriously, you got to go in with humility. And I said, there's a lot of things that I want to know how to do. And quite honestly, I am very impressed with what you know. And I know you don't have a lot of time. So here's the deal. What are the top 3 things that you hate to do? I will do those things in return for you to be my mentor. And I said, and all I need is access to be able to come in and pick up the phone and call you or ask you a question, that we can go to lunch, that you can include me on something that's frustrating you. I had to make sure that that person knew that I had their confidence. Anything that they shared with me, this became a vault. I did not share anything that they told me. That was so important, that those things that they hated to do, not only did I do them, I did them better than them, and I had them done early. So yeah, it was definitely a barter. A lot of people ask for a mentor and they kind of sit back and kick up their feet and just really want this person to give their time freely. I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. It's not worth my time to give my time freely. But it's worth my time to barter with somebody who I see is going to take what I used, that I gave them, and they're going to use it. A lot of times people ask me to mentor them. We have one conversation and they never, ever, ever follow up. And they come with 0 to the table. Mentor me. That's it. They have nothing to return. The one thing you need to learn in business is if someone's going to make an investment, they want to return.
I love
y'all,
that.
she is teaching y'all negotiations right now.
Right? Definitely. So
I got real serious on y'all. My bad. I'm just saying.
No, you was real. You got real. And that's what we do in this show. We get real. Now, what programming language do you use?
Did I use or do I use currently? Because currently I do a lot of stuff in PHP, but I have PHP, Java, Visual Basic, of course, was the first, C#, C++.
Awesome. I'm learning. I'm dabbling.
Y'all talking Greek right now.
It makes a little bit of sense.
Once you become an object-oriented programmer, then all other object-oriented languages are just syntax.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I did some live coding over the weekend, and I was just like, I got sucked in. So I'm like, I got to take more classes. Yes. So definitely. Cool. Now, you talked a bit about mentorship and not following up. How many times is the right time to follow up? And then how do you know when you're supposed to follow up without trying to be annoying or overcrossing boundaries, so on and so forth?
You know, mentorship honestly cannot happen on a weekly basis. Like, people think it's just this one-off. No, it's a relationship. I mean, I've had mentors for years. I had to be very respectful of their time, which meant when I called, I didn't have a whole long conversation about my dog and my cat and my kids and the car. And no. I'm calling because here's my challenge. Here's specifically what I need help with. Tell me what you think I need to do, or let's have a dialogue. Now, my mentors were really good about dialoguing with me and forcing me to get to the answer rather than them giving me the answer. But whatever it is that they told me to go off and do, I would go and do that. So I don't necessarily think there is a amount of time as much as it is that you're very, very clear that when you're picking up that phone and calling, that you have a very specific challenge that you need to get solved, and that you are not making them solve that same challenge over and over again. It's okay to say, listen, I know we had this problem last time, and I know you gave me the solution. I want to make sure that I'm applying the solution again appropriately. That's fine. But if you come back to the till with the same problem over and over again, that mentor will drop you.
That's great information. Now, how do you get in the door when you had, it was an app, correct? Not a software, it was an app itself.
What was?
With the one that you sold, the software that you sold?
Oh, the software, we had a business intelligence company, but we made this, we had some intellectual property that made our implementation unique.
Gotcha. Okay, awesome. Now, how did you get into those doors when you were out there knocking and saying, hey, listen to me? How did you get your foot in the door?
This is one of my favorite questions that people ask me because they hate my answer. And here's my answer. I picked up the phone and I called them.
I know she was going to say that. She just asked.
Yeah. I did. But let's talk about the app.
You had a super phone that you prayed over, and then it was like holy grailed, and then you made a phone call, right? Then you got the number.
So specifically what I did was I took my cell phone and I went to church that Sunday and I sprinkled holy water on it, and then the phone didn't work. So I got my friend's phone and then I made the phone call.
Gotcha.
But there's something specific. But there's something specific that I did when I made the phone call. So most people make the phone call and they just go in and they try to sell. And that's the wrong thing to do. The one thing you want to do is and this is very important. So, oh my gosh, listen to this. If you don't know this, do not make a phone call. You, number one, have to know who your target market is. So write this down. I never tell people to write something down unless I really need to write it down. Write this down. Number one, know who your target market is. Number two, know how your solution solves one of their frustrations, whatever that frustration might be. Then, after you identify what their frustration is, every frustration leads to a fear. So what is that frustration going to cause them to be afraid of? Are they afraid they're going to lose their job? Are they afraid they're going to have bad data? What is it they're going to worry about? The opposite of every fear is a desire. And the breakthrough is your offering. So know your target market, know again, their frustration that your solution is going to solve. That frustration leads to a fear and then a desire. And then from there, you have your breakthrough. When you talk to them, you have to make sure that you're communicating to them first in regards to their fear, capture their attention, then get them interested, then feed into their desires. Then you can talk about your breakthrough. Don't call and talk about, listen, I got some soap. You dirty? Don't do that. Just saying.
Did you just call me dirty?
Look, we're all dirty at times in our lives, and I just want to help you clean and sanctify. That's all.
That is funny.
That's awesome. I love it.
I have a million questions going through my head right now. But one of them is, a lot of people obviously are afraid to just pick up the phone and just ask, right? I mean, and a lot of times it's fear of our own fears, our fear of rejection, fear of no. So how many times did you have to pick up the phone and ask? How many no's did you have to hear?
So here's the thing. A yes is built upon a whole bunch of no's. You're not going to get to yes by never getting a no. So for me, honestly, anytime somebody gave me a no, I was like, yes, I'm going to go to the next one because I am close. Every no I get got me closer to yes. So if you're scared of no, well, that's silly because no's are your building blocks to the yes. You're never going to get to the yes if you don't get a no. And I think we had 100 businesses on our list. And we got a whole bunch of no's. And people are like, oh, we don't have time. And I'm like, you have time for me. Somebody going to have time for me, right? And people say, oh, there's no such thing as accepting a no. Of course there is, because I'm not going to waste my time on you. I'm going on to the next person. Somebody's going to be interested. And I just kept tweaking what I had to say. But let me tell you this little secret sauce that I used to get in the door. especially now. We have LinkedIn now. So here's my secret sauce. Pay close attention. Write this down. Good job. Y'all doing real good. I want you to go and I want you to invest in postcards. And what I really want you to do is get some postcards where the memes on, like you can get some memes and put them on the front and they're more close to your personality of who you are. And what I want you to do is I want you to send a note to the person that you want to connect with on LinkedIn. And then I want you to turn around and I want you to send them a handwritten postcard. Don't sell anything, just send a handwritten postcard. Even if you're just complimenting them on, you know what, your work experience is awesome. Your profile is epic.
I used the profile picture. I was going to say, I used the profile picture. Oh, I love your hair.
Awesome.
I love your bow tie.
Yeah. And then sign it and send it to them. You will be surprised. I send out 520 postcards a year. And let's just use a number. Let's say each postcard costs $1. So this is $520. Do you know that $520 investment for me equals around about a $75,000 return on investment? I do $75,000 minimum, and I'm probably being really conservative, worth of business just by sending out 2 postcards every business day.
And that's just with a compliment saying, and they contact you and go, thank you for that.
I send them to people that I've done business with in the past. I send them to people who I've done business with. Here's a really cute one. So there was this lady that I knew that was pregnant. And I used to tease her that every time I saw her, she was pregnant again. So I know that sounds so bad, but she was pregnant a lot. So, and the first one she had twins, and then like there was 3 in the middle, and then she had twins again. So it was like the Dugard, like there's a lot of babies, right? So I saw this minivan, this meme, and it had this minivan, and the minivan had the husband, the wife. There were like 9 kids, a dog, a cat, like 2 mice, like it was just like all this. And then someone wrote in the dirt on the van and said, "Oh my God, stay off her." Because there was so many babies. I was like, no, they didn't. So I'm like, really? So I took that picture and I put it on the front of the postcard and I wrote, I'm like, "Hey, Helen, is this your minivan? Girl, you need to call me, Dawnna." And I sent it to her and she's like, "Seriously?" So just sending something like that, that's fun and funny, totally works.
I love it. It's like old school. You know what I mean? It's duh. Like, why didn't I think of that? Like, we used to do those kind of things. And
exactly.
got away from doing it. So, you know, this is so funny because here you are high tech and you're just doing something that's old school, low tech.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Send a postcard. The high tech part comes within connecting with them first on LinkedIn, like being that little social media stalker. But then after that,
it's both worlds working together. And that's what I tell a lot of my clients that too. And it's like, oh, well, I don't feel right. I feel better calling them. Well, then call them. But at the same time, when you call, you also need to go on Facebook and send a little Facebook message and say, "Hey, it was great speaking with you." You can integrate the two. It doesn't have to be one or the other. So I love that. You are a smart bean. I love that.
So what about, because my question is, what about gatekeepers when that happens? Because, you know, a lot of the people that you do want to work, at least I know that I really want to work with, they have gatekeepers. It's not them, it's the gatekeepers. So how do you get around that?
Girl, gatekeepers are your best friends. Go ahead.
All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Jessica.
Avalaura, that information I sent to you, boom, boom, boom. Do you remember? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, I have to tell you now because I'll forget. Y'all know I got bad memory.
So I gotta stalk the gatekeepers. Is that what it is? I gotta send the gatekeepers cards.
No, but Dawnna will tell you after this, but it'll all make sense afterwards. But now that you said it, just know that you were a big help now. You're a big help. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Gatekeepers are your best friends. You need to make friends with your gatekeepers because at the end of the day, they will also give up great information about that person that you're trying to stalk. They will give you some info. And I let them know, I'm like, listen, I love you. You're awesome. So what's your boss doing? They will tell me. They give up all kinds of information. So you really want to be best friends with the gatekeeper. People always try to get around them. No, don't try to get around them. Try to make sure that they usher you in, because they will get you in the door.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Yeah. I mean, that, again, makes sense. And, you know, and a lot of times, I mean, that's how we even try to work with problems. We don't want to face the problem. We just want to try to, you know, pretend it doesn't exist or, you know, escape. But really, we're just face it dead on. Mm-hmm. And within that, there's a solution. So, yeah, makes complete sense.
That's awesome. So I want to ask some techie questions. I'm interested in the techie.
She got her nerd on. She got her nerd on. Okay, yeah, come on.
I was like, I'm putting my glasses on this interview. I need to get a pocket protector. I want one. All right, yes, let's do it. Yes. So when you got into the tech field, what were some of the obstacles you had to overcome being a woman in tech, especially being an African-American woman in tech? What were some of the obstacles?
This is good. Okay. So the first thing that women everywhere right now are going to get mad at me, but that's okay. I'm ready. Everyone always talks about the playing field in regards to going into tech. And here's the thing that I can tell you, especially in a male-dominated field. The playing field is level. There is not a different set of rules for women when they come in. This is what the expectations are. Here is the field. Here is the ball. Here is the bat. Slap the hell out of it. Get a home run. They don't care whether you have breast and a vajayjay. What they want to know is that, can you do the work? Can you knock it out the park? And can you not bring like tears to the boardroom? They really, really want that. Here's the thing. I've heard women historically tell me that they make 25 cents less on the dollar. And that's if you're a white woman. It goes down exponentially based on your color, your heritage, everything else. I have never made less than a man. And the reason why is that I've always negotiated for what I want. And this is how I do that. You have to open the door to negotiations by saying stuff like this. When they ask you, hey, let me ask you a question. What is your number one skill? Or what is the one thing that you like to do on the weekend? Oh, you know what I like to do on the weekend? I like to read negotiation books. Because you know what I like to do? Negotiate. Because you know what we're going to do? When you make me an offer, I'm going to negotiate my ass off. Oh, we're going to be negotiating forever. Negotiation is what I like to do. We don't give ourselves permission to negotiate for higher dollars, and then we complain when we don't get them. Tell them that you love to negotiate. They don't need to know that I like to do pedicures on puppies on the weekend. They need to know I like to negotiate, though.
I negotiate for breakfast.
Listen, even if you don't negotiate, just say that you do. It doesn't matter. What do I like to do? I like to negotiate. I like to make an offer so I can double it.
So I think what that brings up to me is that a lot of women don't want to seem like they're being intimidating, especially being an African-American woman. And like you said, and I think, like you said, though, it's giving yourself the permission to go, hey, you know what? I'm going to ask, and I'm not going to worry about whether or not you feel intimidated or, you know, and I have this thing of not making people feel comfortable. Like, it's not comfortable being in this skin. So you can be uncomfortable for a minute if I ask you to move out the way because this black girl want to get to the black hair products. You know, so
I get that. I'm 5'9". I am not petite. This is a size 12, 14 booty. I wear 6-inch heels. It's corny who looking. I wear 6-inch heels.
Did she say the booty was 14 though? That's what
it is. I got a little dump, right? My ancestry follows me. Anyway, I wear 6-inch heels. Okay, so by the time I walk in the room, I am 6'3" tall, and I am not petite, and I bring it. And let me tell you, I have been told historically, when I was wearing no makeup, had my hair in a ponytail, had tape on my glasses, had a pocket protector, had no certifications behind me, wore khakis and a polo, and flip-flops to work every day, that I was intimidating. When I put on 6-inch heels, get my makeup done spectacularly, put on nice clothes, wear my fat jewelry, put on my 6-inch heels, you know what I'm told? I'm intimidating. You know what I found out? It ain't me. It's them. If they do not have the testicular fortitude to come to the Dawnna show, then they need to sit in the back of the room. Because I was told by a man that was my boss that he was intimidated by me because, you ready for this? I forced him to bring his A game. What other game are you bringing? If I force you to bring your A game, then that's good, because I only want to be in the room with A players who have an A game. So yes, I will take intimidating every day. I own it. You should do.
I love it.
Do.
Wow. So true. So true. I love it. Oh my goodness.
I can wear 6-inch heels and still not be intimidating.
You'll still be intimidating. They'll find a way to make you intimidating.
It doesn't matter.
The fact that you're so small and you're below my chin, it's making me feel like you might do something, uppercut me underneath. Right? Yeah, they'll find something.
Little people are squirrely like that. They'll do stuff. They'll trip you up. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Wow. It's been a lot. Edutainment.
Wow, we're already
educational, and I'm being entertained. This is awesome. So, I think that's a good point. For women definitely feeling like they're intimidating, but I think there's men who feel that same way too. It's not just a woman thing, especially if you're a Black male in a white dominated industry.
Absolutely. And the thing is, it's just recognizing this. I said if Tiger Woods and I, let's say you want to go golfing with Tiger Woods, there's a difference between people being intimidated by you and you being intimidated. If Tiger Woods said, you know what, I'm going to take this club and I am going to hit the ball so hard and so far that the difference between your score and my score is going to be equal to the circumference of the earth. Like, it's going to be that, right? That he's trying to intimidate you, right? But the fact that you show up and you're nervous about being there with Tiger Woods has nothing to do with him. It has to do with you. That means that people recognize that you bring an A game and that they need to bring theirs too. So I take it as a badge of honor when someone tells me I'm intimidating. That means they know I'm bringing my game and they know they need to bring theirs. So don't walk away from that. Own that. Whether you're a man, woman, dog, or cat, bring it every time.
Wow.
Nice. Now, are you working in your passion or are you working for profit? What do you feel like as far as your
totally right now? I am 100%, no questions asked, working in my passion. I will not say that I always have. And here's the thing: people get this wrong all the time. Just because you're working in your passion does not mean there's stuff within your passion that you don't hate to do. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of things that I do right now that I hate to do, but it still has to be done because it's a product of the work, right? My goal is to do this, but to get to that goal, there's all these things that I have to do, all these steps, and some of those steps I don't like, but they still have to be done, right? I don't necessarily feel like always booking my travel or whatever it is that I have to do. I don't want to necessarily do all those things, but that has to be done in order to actually make it to that goal. So I'm working on my passion, but it still doesn't mean that every day I'm waking up going, oh my God, I love all of this. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I have a.
I'm glad you said that. Thank you.
I have a question in terms of, because a lot of people that I do work with in some way may struggle with confidence, or not even necessarily confidence, but sort of getting to the next level. Maybe they're somewhat confident, but is getting to that next level that's causing them to sort of shrink a little bit. How did you get to this place where you were so comfortable with yourself, where, you were okay to, I love the nose. You were okay to show up in your full Dawnna-ness and your 14 size booty. Like, how did you get to the point where you were just like,
curly millions?
Well, there's a couple of things that I'll tell you. Number one, I was showing up as somebody else for a while, and it wrecked my confidence, right? So I'm going to give you guys a little chuckle. I had long, blonde, straight hair. These curls are natural, so I just want you to know how much time I spent. Girl, I don't even think I have those pictures. It was long, blonde, and straight, and it took forever to get straight every day. And I wore polo shirts and khaki pants, something I would never even own. I wore loafers every day. I didn't wear makeup. I was this other person because my boss at the time made me so uncomfortable in my skin. And what I did was I realized that he hated me regardless of the skin I was in. So when I started showing up as 100% me, people were like, at least I know where I stand. So now I'd go, listen, I need more haters. Like, seriously, I need more haters, because people, the more authentic you are, the more people are going to hate you. And that's fine. So be 100% authentic. Now, how did I get there? By taking risks. I really just started having to risk it. And I really had to start saying, you know what? My mom always used to ask me when I would say I want to do something. And she's like, okay, well, what's the worst that could happen? And finally, one day I remember telling her, Mom, this is it. This thing right here that I'm going to do, this could kill me. This could be the end of my life. And she says, well, baby, if you die, you won't remember. So you might as well do it anyway. That was it.
I love it. I love it.
Risk not to be taken. Not to be taken.
Wise woman. I like it.
That's a lesson that women typically don't do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
Go for it. Go for it. You know, the one thing you have is your word and your reputation. Everything else, go for it. Go for it.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. I need to see it. Yeah. MySpace? Were you on MySpace?
I probably was.
Oh, our tech guy might have
investigative work.
So why start your own business? Why not work for someone else? You have all of this tech experience. You could definitely go and work for any Googles, any of those places like that. Why go out and start your own business? What need did you see that you felt like you needed to fill? What happened?
So once my business partner and I had started our own business, again, totally by accident, right? So now we have this business, and I retired 12 years later. So here it is. I'm 39 years old. I've basically retired, and I was at home for 30 days, and I said, I need to get a job. And so I never forget, I went and took this tech contract. And I was basically, it was one of those contracts where you're an executive, but you're a contracted executive. And let me tell you the number one thing I learned. Once you become an entrepreneur and you're making the decisions and your neck is on the line for the bottom line, for that profit and loss statement, you really don't want to take orders from anybody else. I am by far the worst employee on the planet.
Oh, I think I got you.
I'm a great CEO. I'm a great boss. I'm a great leader. I'm a great executive. I'm a great decision maker. I am not down with, I'm like, what? You scared? That's why I can't work for this place. I gotta go. Right? So I know that's who I am. So I'm like, you lack the testicular fortitude and ovarian audacity to make this happen. I need to leave. So that's who I am.
Now tell us a bit, because we're almost to the end of the show. However, I do want to touch a bit on when you were homeless and you moved kind of out of that space, and kind of where your headspace was and what your mind state was in that time, because I know there may be some people who may be going through that now or have come out of it. But if you could tell us a bit about how you moved from being homeless to selling signing $1 million contracts and all that good stuff.
So when I was living in my car, and I lived in my car for approximately 6 months, it was this little rusted out old Dodge Omni, and I got a job as a customer service rep. And I was still sleeping in that car for a while, even while I had a job as a customer service rep. And what happened wasn't that I had all this courage or this guts or this audacity or anything else like that. I saw a problem in business that needed to be solved. And I was told, so I'm very bullheaded. And if you tell me I can't do something, then I'm like, I bet you I can. And I discovered that at work, what I really hated was doing the same thing over and over again. I knew that this was a process that could be automated, but I didn't know, I didn't even know how to spell code. I didn't know how to spell IT. I didn't know what IT or programming or coding was. And I went and got this book. I invested in myself. I took a half month's salary and I invested in a single book to make me smarter about Excel and programming. And my first programming language was actually Visual Basic for Application. It wasn't gall as much as it was ignorance. I was too stupid to know that I wasn't supposed to, so I did. And I wrote a program that actually automated probably like 50 to 70% of my work. Just a simple program. And so it was really asking myself again what my mom would say, what's the worst that can happen? And so it was the constant asking myself, well, what's the worst that can happen? If it's not going to kill me, I might as well go for it. And if I'm going to go for it, I might as well go for it 100% authentically as me. Here's the one thing, if there's nothing else that I want people to know that listen to this, there's 7 billion people on earth. Even if you look bad in front of 7,000 people, your life is not over, because there are still 6 billion plus people on earth that you know what I mean? There's not enough people for you to look bad in front of. So you can always have a do-over. Always. There's always a do-over. So just keep going and keep doing. Don't stop.
Unless it's on Facebook Live.
But even then, you're only going to get, like, best case scenario, like 12 million views. There's still another 6 billion people on earth. You can still go. You're good. You're okay.
That's a great point. And then I'm gonna tell you right now,
gets in everybody's hands. Like everybody's hands.
Half these black folks don't use social media, so you still got a whole bunch of people that you didn't hit.
Hey, if you mess up, look, if you ruin your reputation on Facebook, go to Twitter. If you ruin your reputation on Twitter, go to LinkedIn. If you ruin your reputation on LinkedIn, go to Snapchat. Just keep moving.
Thank you. I love that. Yes. Yes.
That way you can take all the risk in the world. Your Facebook world might be over, but your LinkedIn world is still on point. Keep going. Keep going.
I love it.
Y'all heard that, right? Because I mean, in a lot of, and again, we are afraid to look bad even on social media.
You know, it's funny that you say that, and I know we're closing up, but I used to not want to do my Facebook live streams because my makeup wasn't done, right? And so this guy said, so do one Facebook live stream with no makeup on at all. And I was like, what? No, that's not going to happen. And one day I did. I got up. I was getting ready to go to the gym. I did a Facebook live stream, no makeup on, and I was talking about being authentic. And I said, some days y'all going to see me. You'll be like, damn, her makeup is tight because I'm getting ready to go on stage. Other days you're going to see me and there's going to be fur on my teeth because I haven't brushed yet. That's all I'm saying. You really just have to get to recognize that I'm a full human being, that some days I have explosion on my face and fur on my teeth and my mascara is down here, and other days my mascara is going to be on point. But the person who I am, what you should be concerned with is not what's here and not what's back here, but what's between here.
I love it. Yeah, you're still the same person inside. The brain doesn't change. It stays the same. Yep.
Just some of the comments in the chat. Miss Dawnna is Miss Dawnna. Lord, now I'm saying your name wrong. Miss Dawnna is dropping knowledge bombs. Bring your A game. Be authentic by taking risks. Good take. Miss Dawnna, great thought process. Is not over until you win.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, I mean, this is wow. I mean, you have shared so much. But I want to get back. I mean, just real quick. I know we're at the end. We're supposed to be wrapping up and ending. But how did you even become homeless?
So, okay, quick story. I had a high school guidance counselor that asked me to come back a year after high school. He asked all his best students to do that. And I was a good student. I wasn't the best student. Like, I'm not gonna say I had a 4.98 GPA. No, I didn't, child, please. I hated history. But I had a good GPA, good enough to get some scholarships that I did not take. So I went back a year and he asked me what I had done in the past year. And my answer, as my 19-year-old self was, nah. And I hadn't done anything. I hadn't gone to college. I barely had a job. Like, it wasn't paying anything. I probably had gone through 2 or 3 jobs. I wasn't doing anything to lead towards my goal. And he kind of had a come to Jesus meeting with me and said, okay, well, what you're telling me then is you are single-handedly eating up my taxes. So we need to give you some alternatives. He gave me 3 things. First, he pulled out a business card and he said, you nailed your ASVABs. You nailed them. There is no reason why you can't go to the military. So you need to take this card. You need to call this military recruiter and you need to go in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard. I don't know, just somewhere out of Florida where you're not eating my tax dollars. That was number 1 because I'm from Florida. And then he said, here's number 2. I saw you pull up in a piece of crap car, which is fine with me. What I want you to do is take this $25, put it in your tank, fill it up, get on I-95 and go north. Now, from South Florida, if somebody tell you get on I-95 and go north, they are literally telling you to get out of Florida. So he's telling me, keep driving 6 to 8 hours. You will be in Georgia. You can stop once you get to Georgia, but get out of Florida. Again, stop eating up my tax dollars. The third thing that he gave me, and he pulled out of his drawer, was a bottle of codeine tablets. And he said, here's the last thing you could do. Don't take one, take them all. End it now. But at the end of the day, it will be cheaper to bury you than for you to eat up my tax dollars for the rest of my life. Because he was clear. Here's the thing you have to know. The government has, and I don't mean there's like a conspiracy, the government has statistics on every single solitary person from the point that they are born. And this man showed me that I was going to have 5 children. Out of those 5 children, 1 was going to go to jail, 1 was going to be dead, 2 were going to go to jail, 1 was going to be dead, 1 and 2 were going to follow in my footsteps. And what did my footsteps look like? Well, I was going to be a drug addict, which I thought was crazy because I don't even drink. I don't smoke. I've never done a drug in my life. I've never even had a drink. But this man is telling me that I'm going to be a drug addict, that I'm going to have 5 children. I'm going to have 2 children that I'm seeing in jail. I'm going to have a child that's literally in the grave. I'm going to have 2 following in my little sorry behind footsteps. And all I'm going to do is be eating up on government funds, which, by the way, is coming out of his paycheck. He painted a picture for me so clearly. And he said, if you are not painting your own picture, there is one painted for you. Either paint your own picture or step into theirs. I decided that I was not going to take the codeine tablets. I was not going to go to the military, but I could get in my car and drive north. And I did. And my car decided the one thing that the man didn't tell me was that you should get an oil change before you go out of town. And so my car broke down, down in the woods on the side of the road. And I lived basically in a wooded area way deep on the side of the road. And I stayed there for 6 months.
Wow.
That's how I ended up homeless.
Wow. You know, I expected a simple answer, but no. Wow. That's some go hard or go home, really. Like,
he was not playing.
Take off the pills. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, but that probably sounds like something I might say.
Well, so you know what? You got to know that here's the psychology behind that. If you are depressed enough to even take the bottle, then he knows he needs to get you help.
Yeah.
But his whole point was really to get you help.
Yeah.
In my behind, I was like, I'm not going to the military. And by the way, I was going to New York because the baddest chick in the world is in New York. She holds a torch and she wears flip-flops in the winter. Anybody who could do that year after year got my vote. So I was going to go see the Statue of Liberty. Y'all know she wear flip-flops in the winter. Manny and Petty be on point year round. Just saying.
Yeah, she got Michelle
And
Obama.
I think he kind of knew a bit of your personality as well. I think he knew that if he were to challenge you, that you would fight back against it and go, "Oh, you telling me I can't do this? You telling me this is gonna be my life? I'm gonna show you what's gonna be my life." So I think he played on that as well.
Yeah. And he also knew that the students who came back, there were 1,000 people in my graduating class. So he knew the people who came back had more promise, right? Because who keeps that appointment a year later? Right, without like Outlook at the time. Right, I kept it Outlook at the time. So he's like, this person has promise.
Exactly. Yeah.
So have you gone back and thanked him? And thanked him?
Yeah. Before he passed away, I saw him tons of times. away. I saw him. He told me, he's like, I knew you were going to be. He saw me. I was fortunate enough for him to be able to see me speak. I was fortunate enough for him to be so proud of me. And it's funny because people were actually gasped. It's because people were actually gasped. And they were like, oh my God. I'm like, that man saved my life. That man saved my life. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. Yeah. I think sometimes you just need that hard hitting. You know, my husband went to the doctor earlier today.
You need that boo.
And yeah, and she was like, "Oh yeah, are you taking the allergy medicine?" He's like, "No, I don't want to take the allergy medicine." And she was like, "Okay, well, if you don't take the allergy medicine, you can go get a shot." And he was like, "Yeah, I just want to go ahead and go get the shot. That way I don't have the allergies." She said, "Well, the thing is, if you don't take the allergy medicine beforehand, then you won't get the shot." She said, "So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and take that medicine." He's like, "Okay." I was like, oh, okay, that's how we doing it in here. So sometimes you just need somebody to just be straightforward with you and go, you want this shit, you take that medicine. And he was like, all right, cool, all right. And he went and got it and everything. I was like, well, what am I doing? Like, how was I not able to get this food to take it? So anyway, I thought that was cool. That's the Black woman for you, though. I was like, oh, girl, hey, you helped me out. So, all right. This has been awesome. Am I taking us out? You taking us out? Who's doing it, Avalaura? What are we doing?
Dawnna, please. I know you have an amazing book. Please share your book with the audience and how can they reach you?
Oh, yes, please. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So the book is called The 6 Kick-Ass Strategies of the $1 Million Entrepreneur, right? And basically, this book is that DNA. It's the seed, and it takes you step by step into how to actually build your business. And if you go to get the number 6ix.com, you can pick up the book. It's like $20, but it does take you step by step through how to actually start, build, run, and grow your business, as well as see the blind spots. And the most important part I would tell you in here is called the Daily 6. It's what you should be doing every day to make money in your business every day.
That's worth the $20 right there. Every day, what you should be doing to make money in your business.
It works. I'm not kidding you. The Daily 6 works. I still follow the Daily 6. I've been following the Daily 6 for years, and it definitely works. And the Daily 6, by the way, has been around since the late 1800s.
Wow. Okay. And how can everyone reach you?
I love that it's daily too. That's awesome.
Oh, if you want to reach me, go to www.dawnna.com. And you can also hit me up on Facebook at Dawnna S. So it's facebook.com/Dawnna S, and Twitter is Dawnna St. Louis. And I do answer my messages, and I do talk to people, and I don't talk to my assistant. I don't do that, even though Avalaura wants one.
But I really don't. That's why I don't have one. If I really wanted one, I would have had one by now. I'm fighting it.
True that. Well, thank you.
I'm a woman after Donna's heart. I'm gonna ask for what I want. I don't really want one.
Right? Yeah.
But Jessica wants you to have one is what the issue is.
I believe she doesn't have to be the assistant. I'm just saying, just delegate just a little bit. Just delegate.
A little bit.
What are your, since we're still talking really quick, what are your thoughts on that? Should you delegate? Should you not delegate?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. So it's funny. Okay, so, and this is not a pitch for the book at all. I'm just going to tell you, there's a quadrant in there that actually tells you, because people usually delegate wrong. They think this is what I hate to do. And so then they give that to other people to do because they hate to do it. And it's not necessarily the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to really take 30 days and figure out what you're doing all the time, map it to this quadrant, and the quadrant will actually tell you, hire for this first, go learn this, it'll actually tell you what to do. And I am a big believer on making sure that you're hiring people to do the most important things that they're supposed to be doing and that you're not supposed to be doing.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's within the book then.
Yeah. So that's why I said the book is not a sit down and read me book. The book is actually a take action.
So it's a workbook.
Yeah, it's a workbook. It's to actually build your business. I'm all about action.
As we see. But y'all, hopefully after you watch this, you will do at least one thing, because I mean, she gave you so many. You're absolutely gonna want to go back and watch this again. Even if you took notes, you're gonna go back and watch this again, and then at least pick one thing that you can implement right now.
Yes. Because you know what? I don't care how many times you watch swimming videos. If you don't get in the pool, you still gonna drown. That's all I'm saying. You have to do something at some point. At some point.
I'm gonna see that one on Twitter. I know.
With the crazy meme.
I know, with a meme of a bus.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of kids on it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on. All right. As you guys all know, we are here every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to get your PayPal popping, your business booming, and your life and relationships to explode. So hang out with us. That's all I got. Y'all ain't got nothing else? Y'all not gonna have nothing?
Bye, y'all. See you next week at 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you check us out at PNC. Remember, go to boot2boom@gmail.com. Get your tickets, and we'll see you next week. Take care, guys. Have a good night.